Hi folks, I've recently renovated or refurbished the vegetable cage, and just a quick look, you can see right up along there I've put some seedlings in, more about that later, but everything has been turned over in the soil, and you'll see that I've now got the seedlings coming up there running along the watering system. We'll be going away again in a couple of weeks time, and I need to make sure that the things remain watered while I'm away. So that's the cage. If I go back here, just to give you a rundown, I've got English spinach growing in there, then some gourmet lettuce leaves, mixed colours, a couple of iceberg type lettuce, Great Lakes I think. Across in the back you'll see I've got the parsnips and the turnips. In the front I've put some carrots, chardonnay, pak choy you'll see just there growing, just coming up now. The turnips I mentioned before, and then up along the end I've got garlic growing in there, and above there's a volunteer passion fruit vine that's come up, so let's take all the volunteers we can get, so long as it doesn't obstruct the sunlight. Over in the back on the frame there is some peas. In the front towards me now, running along the watering system, is some celery not yet up. Got garlic chives which remain from last year, and they'll keep there as a perennial. Then there's a couple of rows of carrots and some broad beans. Over this garden I've got the purple runner beans, followed by some eggplant and some ginger in the middle. And then a couple of tomato plants. Just trialling different types at the moment, see which one will resist some of the conditions we get here. Some more ginger, and the rest of that bed are rows of beetroot. Two more tomato plants, young ones there, they are pot prize. Some cucumber, and yet to be planted something in there, not quite sure what that will be as yet. Some dwarf beans over the back there, another two rows of carrots, a row of beetroot, some ginger, there's garlic growing in this line here, and then some cabbage. I've not had much success with cabbage, so I just need to play with that some more. I bought some seedlings which I'll experiment with. Sweet potato, which I've taken some cuttings and put them in jars, forming the roots. You can probably see them forming in there. Some wombok or Chinese cabbage just here. And then I had some broccoli come up, broccoli, whatever way you want to say it, come up, and I spread them out, thinned them out rather. There's some more garlic chives, followed by our asparagus patches, now 6 asparagus plants. That one there is about 4 or 5 years old, I'd say now. The others are about a year old, and they were crowns when I bought them, so they're probably 2 years old totally. Some basil, some parsley, and then we're back to this near the side gate, the shallots and the spring onions growing along the watering pipe there. Coming outside the cage, you notice I try and grow as much flowers, that's Strelitzia, but I also grow flowers around and in the veggie cage in order to attract the beneficial insects. You'll notice there the range of compost bins where I make my compost. This area here, you can see I've shredded it. Over the last week or so I've pulled down some shrubs that were there that I planted years ago, plus a lot of pain in the neck, waxy type plants. You can see the residue of some of it there. And then down the bottom you'll see my birdies bins, raised beds. On this one here we've got corn, which I thought was in too late, but it seems to be coming on alright. Across on this side I'm about to play with this cage, this bed here. You've got a couple of beetroot and a turnip there, and some peanuts in the back, and a volunteer tomato, and that's going to be prepared to put in my brassicas I just bought. Over there in the next bed are all forms of silver beet or spinach. That'll be reorganised a little this afternoon. And just here we've got in the back Chinese cabbage or wombok in the back row. The next row closer to me is the pak choy, and then carrots in the front, and over on the end there a couple of pineapples where I cut the tops off them and regrew them. So that's it for now. Hope that explains it well. Bye.